English Premier League team Newcastle United were taken over last month by the Saudi Arabian-backed Saudi Public Investment Fund, in a move that had human rights activists clamoring to be heard due to the country's abysmal human rights record. The government-backed company ousted Mike Ashley in a £300 million deal. Today, we're looking at sports' richest owners and how they made their millions and what they spend it on. So stay tuned. Let's start with Newcastle then. The consortium from Arab states, Saudi Arabia, finalized their deal for the Magpies last month, in what didn't really come as much of a surprise after the super unpopular Mike Ashley had been trying to flog the club for what seemed like years. The firm has an estimated wealth of £320 billion, vastly more than any other football team, by about 10 times. In what is blatantly just a puppet for the Saudi government, the Public Investment Fund took cash from the Saudi Central Bank, issued debt, and benefited from the proceeds of the privatization of Saudi state assets, of which there are many. Chairman Yasser Al-Rumayyan, business and head of the PIF, is also a board member of Uber Technologies Inc., SoftBank Group. Reliance Industries Limited, whilst formerly being employed as CEO of Saudi Franzi Capital. Not much is known of the personal affairs of Al-Rumayyan, but we can imagine he lives quite the lifestyle. We're crossing the pond next and looking at New York Mets owner Steve Cohen. Come with us. Cohen has been involved in finance since he left school, starting off as a junior options trader for Gruntle Co. It has been suggested that Cohen's trading was of such high standard and so accurate that during the late 80s, he was generating around $100,000 per day for the firm. Insane! He launched his own shop in 1992 using an aggressive, high-volume approach to trading. His firm became a major player, and by 2006, Cohen himself suggested that they were responsible for around 2% of all stock market activity. Not bad, Steve. Cohen has invested well, obviously, and enjoys the finer things in life. Amongst his physical investments include a whopping estate and a collection of art Da Vinci himself would be proud of. Good for you, Steve. Are you a Mets fan? Let us know your thoughts on Cohen below. We're talking Red Bull Racing and New York Red Bull's owner Dietrich Mateschitz next. Stay tuned. Austrian billionaire and successful businessman Dietrich Mateschitz made his billions with energy drinks we've all heard of. Founded in 1987, Red Bull Energy Drink gave Mateschitz the platform he needed to attempt his domination of the sporting world. Living a reclusive lifestyle, not much is known of how he spends his cash. We do know that he owns an island off Fiji, however, which he purchased from the Forbes family for £7 million. Wow. Would you buy an island if you could? Yes? Of course. Incidentally, his business partner and co-founder of Red Bull, Chelio Uvidia, was the owner of the Red Bull GmbH Group, the principal owners of Red Bull Salzburg and German football juggernaut RB Leipzig. The Pinault family feature next. Stade Rennais FC, a football team based in France's Ligue 1, are owned by the mega-rich Pinault family. The company's head, Francois Pinault, founded Artemis in 1992, a company dedicated to investing in companies with strong growth potential and operating in sectors outside the fields covered by PPR. In 1999, PPR further expanded their influence with the acquisition of Gucci, Yves Saint Laurent, Balenciaga, Bottega Veneta, Sergio Rossi, Vacheron, Stella McCartney, and Alexander McQueen. Quite the resume. He is also chairman of the luxury group Kering. Pinault has since signed over control of the group to his son, Francois Henry. Francois is known to be a great lover of art and is one of the largest collectors in the world. He also has acquired the Palazzo Grassi in Venice and also Punta della Dogana, both of which are world-class art museums. Not to be outdone by their fellow billionaires, the family also owns a yacht and an expedition company and a theater in Paris to go along with their football club. We're profiling Man City owner Sheikh Mansour next. Stick around. Hailing from the ruling city of UAE, Abu Dhabi, the Mansour family have traditionally been the power in the region. Born into royalty, the Sheikh has pretty much eaten off a silver spoon his entire life. The family has made their billions via the country's incredible oil wealth. Having been given whatever position in the ruling government he has desired since day one, Mansour acquired perennial underachievers of English football, Manchester City in 2008, and has poured money into the club ever since, spending nearly £500 million on defenders alone. They still haven't won the elite competition in Europe, the UEFA Champions League though. Oh well, Mansour has been known to live a lavish lifestyle, and owner of an incredible luxury car collection, which is said to include 5 Bugatti Veyrons. Mansour has also poured millions into Richard Branson's space exploration firm, Virgin Galactic. He reportedly owns a mega yacht worth an incredible $527 million. I mean, how can a boat be worth that much money? Is there anything these guys can't buy? What would you buy if money was no object? Let us know below. Cleveland Cavs owner Daniel Gilbert is up next. Current owner of the NBA franchise, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Mr. Gilbert started his mortgage lending firm, Quicken Loans, in 1985 at the age of 22. Pretty impressive for a kid that young to found a business now worth billions. After saving up $5,000 from selling pizza in college, that's a lot of pizza, he started Quicken, which went public last year at a $36 billion valuation. Unbelievable. Since making his billions, Gilbert has spent some of it on making his hometown of Detroit a better place by investing over $5 billion on land all over the city, creating over 20,000 jobs in the process. Good man. As well as investing his billions on property, it appears he doesn't live too lavishly, choosing to spend his money on a whole slew of casinos and racetracks. But guess when you know how to make money, that becomes your lifestyle. Owner of the LA Clippers, Steve Balmer, is up next. Don't go anywhere. A tech giant, Ballmer is an American businessman who was CEO of the computer software company Microsoft for the first 14 years of this century. Ballmer Ballmer was inaugurated into the $100 billion club this year after Microsoft's share price rocketed. Can we join? Ballmer joined Microsoft in 1980 as the company's 30th employee and stayed with them all the way through, describing himself as a loyal dude. Ballmer joined only 8 other people to hit that figure. That doesn't include people like Monsieur, however, whose franchises are private due to them being governmental or royalty figures. So how does he spend all that cash? Well, you might be surprised, and what was to come as a shock to the world, when asked how he spends his money, he calmly replied, "I give it away." Well, shucks, Steve. He went on to explain that the state of American schools shocked him, and that he was investing in the country's future. We honestly wish more billionaires were more like this guy. Steve's company, Ballmer Group, says it has given more than £300 million in the last 3 years to more than 70 nonprofit organizations who work with underprivileged people of color. In helping find an answer to the question of inequity in schools and racial injustices has become Steve's life work after Microsoft means he no longer has to worry about money. This guy sounds like a true hero. Go and buy yourself a yacht, Steve. You deserve it. Mumbai Indians head honcho Mukesh Hambani joins us next. 64-year-old Hambani, owner of Reliance Industries, is the proud owner of a personal fortune worth $84.5 billion. Someone we would definitely like to go for a beer with. What do you say, Mukesh? The firm was founded by Hambani's father, so it's questionable whether he would have made that much money had his father been a carpenter. What do you think? Reliance has its fingers in many pies, including gas, petrochemicals, oil, telecom, and retail. Initially, the company was a small textiles manufacturer, but under his late father's tutelage, grew into the monolith it is today. What makes it even more impressive is that he did it in an era where racism was prevalent in many countries and cultures around the world. So to strike up so many working relationships is a great achievement. We salute you, Mr. Hambani Sr. Hambani has been known to spend his money in a whole host of mind-blowing ways. His primary residence has 27 floors, including a snow room. Yep, the room gives his family reprieve from India's brutal summers, with snow constantly falling. They also have a cinema and a ballroom, of course. What would a 27-floor home be without a mega garage to host one of the country's biggest car collections? Bravo, sir. The Hambanis also employ over 600 staff to maintain their empire, with a private jet hosting an office to keep an eye on things. The Hambanis are truly living in a different world to most of us, apart from the other guys on this list, that is. Whose lifestyle do you admire most? We're pretty sure we can guess. Thanks for watching. See you next time.